What's up, Queen Gang? I just been sitting in my car and just thinking. I wanted to share something with y'all. So I believe that God sends or uses messy messengers. When I say that, I mean like when it feel like your life is just a mess and everything just coming at you at once, people talking about you, doing you wrong, all those things. I feel like God uses messy messengers. So I'm gonna just go back to my story or whatever. So where I moved from, my neighbors, they was doing a whole lot of stuff to me just because I don't want to be their friend, just because I backed up. They had the kids fighting, my kids fighting their kids, and the adults boosting it up or whatever. I wasn't there. I had ran to the store and all of this happened. It didn't stop there. The girls that I was friends with, their kids was basically bullying my daughter and my niece, and putting poop on my car, lying on me. I mean, completely just coming up with anything. The girls that I was still friends with over there, we're not friends no more because something else came up, that I supposedly said something crazy about her kids. So in the mix of all of that, I did get angry. I wanted to get out of character, but I didn't. And it didn't stop there. They said that I said something about one of my good friends that I've been neighbors with, and we still talk because she don't believe any of those lies. But she's one of them that knows me and knows my heart, and know that I would never say anything about her as far as what these girls are saying. So they continue to keep poking. And then on top of that, my family situation. I have my sisters I don't feel out with because they are talking down on me. They are talking about me. A lot of it is lies. And then a lot of it is just it's being spiteful. Like, they are just coming at me. So it's like, I don't know, but I feel like my life is a mess. I say a mess, it's a mess. It's like one thing after another, to the point where I sit in the house and I would just cry because it's like, why, God? Why am I going through all of this? Why is all of this hitting me at once? Is this my karma? You start to think like, what have you done back then that this is like your karma? This is your punishment. I truly don't believe God is going to punish you. But I do believe that God used messy messengers. So when I heard this from my pastor, I kind of started to think like, oh, these girls are messy. Oh, my family is messy. I immediately started thinking that, like, they messy. But then you got to kind of think like, no, this is your mess. This is my mess. This is my mess. I allow certain people to get close. I allow certain people to have this in their head that they can say these things about me. So it's not just them, it's me too. Not only that, I allow certain people to put me in mess, or me put myself in a whole bunch of mess. So one of the girls said that I said something about her kids. Immediately, I responded in a way I probably created more mess than what it was. Because when it got something to do with any child or anything like that, that does something to me, because I got 4 kids. So I immediately just snapped. I would never in my life say this. But then I started reacting out of emotions, and I'm like, oh, I can scoop down to y'all level. If this is what y'all want, come on, let's go. You know what I mean? And I done said a whole lot of stuff that I probably shouldn't have said. So now I created more mess than it was. And it's like, turn that mess into a message, because God is using your mess as a message. Maybe I need to learn to not have certain people around me, which I knew that these girls was messy. I knew that they was messy. I befriended them. Some of their messiness I engaged in. So that's on me. Now it turned completely around on me. I created that mess. The message behind the messiness. So I always tell my kids, you are the company that you keep. So if they was messy, that makes me messy. If they was talking about people, of course they're going to go around saying I was talking about people. God definitely used your mess as a message. And at this moment in time when it feels like your life is a complete mess, remain faithful. That's all I can say. Remain faithful. Because a lot of times we want to give up and we're like, God, like, how can you allow this to happen? I mean, when I tell you it's one thing after another, and then when I got that call about the kid situation, I freaking lost it, y'all. Like, I was like, I am done. Like, I will mess up your whole life. I will. You want to be messy? We about to be messy. But then I had to think about it, and when the pastor had brought it up, it was almost as if he was just speaking straight to me. Like, God will use messy messengers. He will use messy messengers. He will use the mess that's going on in your life as a message. I'm not those people. I'm not like them. So why even scoot down to their level? The more that they keep poking, people keep poking at me, I'm becoming just like them. Like with my family situation, I love the fuck out of my sisters. Like, I love them. But them talking about me and doing all these things, I got feelings too. But me cutting them off, talking shit about them just because they talk shit about me is wrong. I shouldn't be doing it. I just can't continue to allow people to do stuff to me. So I'm like stuck, and I feel like in the midst of this mess, there's a message. Like, you're not like them. You're not them. And it's like the moment you become one of them, they're going to continue to do what they do. But the moment that you show them that I'm not like y'all, that's not what I do, I'm not going to get out of character. I'm not going to talk down on you. I'm not going to do any of those things. And that may change the way that they are. I never looked at it like that. As bad as I don't want to come to them and be like, look, let's squash this. But something telling me, like, you have to be the bigger person. Even though you don't want to be all the time, God made you who you are for a reason. God put these people in your life for a reason. God put you in these people's life for a reason. So it's like, I feel like my message is to not be like them. Don't get to a point where your mess becomes you. And I'm not. I'm not what my mess is. I'm not what my mess is trying to tell me I am. I'm not. I don't know, y'all. I just had to vent for a little bit and just share that with y'all, because I'm just not realizing that in the midst of your mess, there's a message. And just as bad as even with the neighbors, I wanted to retaliate. So, y'all, I wanted to retaliate so freaking bad to the point where it's like, y'all must not know where I'm from. Like, if I scoot down to their level, I am one of them. The message behind my mess, stop creating it. Don't befriend people that you already know that's messy. That's my lesson, y'all. I'm trying to tell you. Befriended the same girl that I knew would fuck on somebody, man. Befriended the same girls that I knew that went around talking about people. Befriended the same girls that I knew was not going nowhere in their life. I befriended the same girls that would talk shit about people's kids. All of that is coming full force at me. I created that mess. Just as bad as I want to blame somebody else, like, no, they did this to me. How dare they? Oh my God. No, I did this to myself. When it come down to my family, I did it to myself. I allowed them to think that it was okay. I never expressed my feelings like, look, this hurt. I never did that. All this happened with my family, I basically just blew up. I let it build up completely. I let it build up completely. Then I snap. Completely snap. It was not the right thing to do. I should have expressed more about my expectations of family. Like, I should have expressed more that I didn't feel accepted, that I felt like an outsider. Nobody never knew this. And then, like, even with my baby daddy, we going through it now. When I tell you I snapped, I was at my breaking point. But I feel like I wasn't clear. I created this mess. When I said that this man come in and out my kid's life, I did that. I created it. Instead of going through the paperwork with the court, sending it to him, letting them map out days and times, but I'm sitting up here whining on YouTube. Oh, he keep in and out my kid's life. I created that mess. That's the right way to do it, and I created it. I'm still allowing him to dictate what goes on. It's my mess. Y'all, it's my mess that I created. I'm seeing it clear, and I'm glad that God sent this message, has this message in the midst of this mess, because I wasn't thinking. I'm like, oh my God, all this stuff is happening. My kid's father, he said he was going to be here. Now he ain't here. Now the kid's looking at me crazy. I created it. So I'm going to write out these papers and actually do what I need to do. I'm going to clean up my mess, but I'm going to go through it, not around it. And in the midst of my mess, there's a message. So I just want to share that with y'all. In the midst of your mess, there's a message. God is not punishing you. God is not punishing you because I know you feel like everything is coming at you at once. That's not a punishment. There's a message. Sit back, pray, ask God to send you that message. Just think. What is God telling me? What is God truly telling me? Because there is a message in the midst of your messiness. I'm telling you, your messiness, it don't last forever. Don't block your blessing. Don't block that message that God got for you. Don't scoot down to those people's level. Don't try to do evil for evil. Don't try to get your lick back with something you created. To learn, listen, I'm gonna let God get my lick back, because when I tell you he hit harder than me, I'm just saying, y'all, but this is not gonna last forever. You're okay. Fix that mess that you created. Even though you so badly don't want to feel like you created this mess, you did. If you really think about it, you created it. My message to me and you. God is going to walk right through it with you. Right? You can't go around this. You can't go underneath this. You can't go on top of this. God is going to go right through it with you. I'm telling you.